you didn't get a chance to come to the Mexican restaurant where I had my party Tuesday night. I think you missed it. We had a good time, and everybody surely was welcome to come. But the first thing I did, I thanked Jesus Christ for what he did, and I think Jesus was in it, and I think he was vital to it. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I know he asked me to run, and in my heart I also knew that he was telling me that we'd probably win it without a runoff. Although it was hard to believe, and there's times I surely doubted him. There's times I got down on my knees and I said, you know, Jesus, I know what you said, but I don't believe you, and I'm sorry because my faith is that weak. And I said, just forgive me, but still let your will be done. About 10 days before I go there, I'll say this. Then I thank Debbie, my wife, for what she did. And I'm telling you what, if you didn't see what she did at the polls with the help of a lot of people in this room and volunteers, but she put that whole thing together. You know, I was told to keep my hands out of it. I just need to focus on knocking on doors and talking to people. And Debbie put together something that was amazing in my opinion. When I went to the polls and saw the people that were there, it just humbled me. I mean, when I was standing at Taylor Farm Park, and I saw all the volunteers that showed up, I even wanted to vote for me. She wanted to be here today. She could not be here. Needless to say, her and I, either one, have worked very hard the last 4 or 5 weeks because we've been so focused on this campaign. So she got an opportunity to show 2 houses today, and I told her she needed to go do that. But if you see her, it would just really bring me pleasure if you tell her thank you and just say something to what she did about putting that Tuesday together, okay? But about 10 days before the election, I had an inner circle, and we met with that inner circle in person. It was funny because one person, and I'm not going to name who was in there, but they went around the room and said, looked at me first and said, Vernon, can you win this without a runoff? And I said, I think I can. It's going to be tough, but I really think we can do it. All the way around the room, and everybody said the same thing except one person, and one person said, oh, mathematically it's not possible. And I know they were telling the truth. And in a way, you know, I did agree with them, but I knew in my heart, too, what Christ had already said. And so then it kind of got, you know, okay, what's it going to be like? And we all agreed that we'd probably win it, but by less than 51%. Then when I saw the first return come in, it was from P.B. Rich. And P.B. Rich, we won it by 1 vote. By 1 vote. And panic started seeking in, and again, my faith really sunk. But then we saw the absentee votes and the early voting, and the other precincts came in, and it was slam dunk. And I have to thank the people of Post 3 for that. I think they voiced their opinion. I would like to say I'm looking forward to serving Post 3, and thank Post 3 for voting for me and giving me this opportunity. And yes, Post 3 did give me this opportunity. No other post, it was Post 3. Okay? In saying that, I don't have a lot to say this morning other than the fact that probably the number one question I've been asked is what can we do about the airport? I honestly do not know, but I can say that if I get the opportunity to put it back in your hands, it's going to be there. And I'm kind of disappointed some of the people who I thought might be here today aren't here, because the other side, I've got a question for the other side. I didn't want to direct it to any one person, but I didn't want to direct it to the other side. The other side is very pro-commercialization. There's not a problem with that. I think they have the right to do that, and they have the right to campaign for it. They have the right to voice their opinions, just as we have a right to voice our opinions against it, and we have a right to say that's not what we want for this county. But it seems to me like there's no feeling on the other side that someone should be held accountable. When they told us this would not happen, when they said the airport would never go commercial, and the very person running the airport made that comment, and now he's the one pushing it. Why has nobody asked him? Why has he not had to publicly speak? Why do you think the people shouldn't have a choice on this? And why, when they do speak, you want to shut them down? Why don't they want us to have our voice heard? It's okay for them to have their voice heard, but they don't want our voice to be heard. There's something wrong with that. That's not the way this country was designed or set up. We're not a democracy. And someone told me yesterday, we're not even a democratic republic. We are a representative republic. And in that representative, we're supposed to have leaders or servants that represent our thoughts, our feelings, our desires. And I feel like that's not being done right now, especially on a few issues. And that's what I want to do come December. We're going to win November, I understand that. Get that 1 vote. But then in January, that's what I want to do. And with that, that's all I had to say. Thank you. For any questions, I will take them.